All right, let's redo that.
Okay. Office style.
And this is sports for the girls. All right.
Thanks for tuning in. Welcome back to Native Players. I'm your host, Victoria.
I'm Raegan.
And this is Sports for the Girls.
Yep.
If you're new here,
Welcome.
Reagan's going to tell you what we do.
Happy to have you. Well, it's just like if you're a dedicated sports fan and know your shit, great.
Or if you don't.
And you need something for your hot date this weekend, we've got you.
Yeah, if you just need to stay up to date and stay relevant, to stay in the conversation, we're for you. If you're interested in the nitty gritty and the tidbits, we're also for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're tidbit girlies.
We are.
Are we? I don't know.
Yeah.
Just made that up.
We're tidbit girlies. Put it on merch.
Oh, well, I would say, how are you? But we've had both hells of a week.
Yeah, it's
Hell of a
only
week.
Wednesday. We record this on Wednesday. It goes out on Friday. And it has been a week.
Brutal.
It's been a fucking week.
But we're here.
We're here.
We're
And
back.
football is back. And that is definitely, I would say, I mean, I'm not going to speak for you, but it's definitely a high for me personally.
Yeah. I mean, knowing that we're just like a week away from
Yes.
opening weekend, the home opener, we're pumped for, like, it just...
Every
it's
time
here.
you turn on, I mean, any news outlet, sports news, if I open up TikTok, if I open up Instagram, all my podcasts that I listen to, we're just talking about football. And it's such a great place to
Yeah.
be. Also, this morning, I stepped outside at approximately like 7:30 a.m. And I know I've been trying to like go on walks in the morning because it's not 1,000 degrees. And that was my point.
Okay, yeah.
This kind of leads into my win of the week.
Okay.
In Missouri, in the Midwest, what are they called? Leaves. The leaves are starting to fall a little bit. And it's not like fall. Like they're not like, you know, we're not there yet, but
No.
it is. And like there's a crisp to the air.
I mean, fall starts this month.
Yeah. And I'm feeling it. I walked outside. There was a crisp to the air. I ran this morning in a hoodie. Did I sweat profusely on my return home? Yes. But the start of the run felt fallish. It felt crisp. And there were leaves on the ground that were yellow.
Stunning.
So it felt a little bit like fall. And football does start next week, which it's fall to me.
If you guys missed it, it's fall.
It feels like fall.
No, but that kind of what you were saying, like about the news stories. So we're going to do a little bit of a different episode today. Like everything's about football because literally everything in life right now is about football.
When we talk, it's about football. When we open our phones, it's about football.
Yeah.
So this podcast is going to be about football.
Mm-hmm. So it's about that time.
Yeah.
We're here.
It's about that time.
Yeah.
It's about that time. Oh, wait, that's Lizzo. Wait, she's canceled. Take it out. Cut
Is
it.
she still? Well, okay.
Yeah, I think it's like gotten worse.
I don't really know how much worse it could get. That's crazy. Well, so would you say that that's your win then? Should we just dive on into that?
Oh, fall. I'm like, I'm
Football.
not a big Lizzo fan. Never was really huge. No, football, yeah. So my win would be like last week we were like, football's back, baby. But like we're so back again.
We're more back than we've ever been before.
We're so fucking back.
Not to interrupt your wins and losses,
Yeah.
but like, in case you missed it, name 3 players. Shout out Todd.
Yeah.
We have merch just for us though.
So as we mentioned in the last episode, our merch is cooking. It's in the works, guys. The merch is cooking. It's in the works. It's going to be closer to the end of the year. But Todd, my dad, said you got to have at least something for football season. So we got some cups and we got some koozies, and the koozies are coming next week. So stay tuned for those.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry to hijack. Do you have a loss?
Do I? So if you guys are return listeners, you know I have purchased a home, and just don't do it is what I would say. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. Don't do it. No. So apparently if you purchase a condo, there is a thing that can happen called a special assessment because you pay an HOA, a homeowners association. This is a real estate podcast now. You can have a thing called a special assessment on your HOA that ups your HOA for building updates, amendments, whatever. So I'm paying a ridiculous amount more, probably you know, I don't know, 10 times the amount more a month.
And that's not an exaggeration.
That's not an exaggeration. For a few months. And I got notified this just in a cute little email yesterday. Imagine opening your email, you're just at work and you're like, ooh, new email. And you open your email and you're like, oh.
I've never once been like, ooh, new email, but I feel you.
That's true. But okay, you're like, oh, what is my colleague saying? No, it wasn't my colleague. It was
the property manager?
Yes. It was her. And she was like,
Never
hey,
owned a
by
house.
the way, I'm ruining your year.
Yeah.
So,
and the crazy part to me is the screenshot that you sent, like, not only did we see your situation, we saw your entire complex.
Yeah, we know what all my neighbors pay because it's not the
crazy.
same, which is something I'm still trying to wrap my head around as well. Regardless, that is my loss of the week. And I will spend a lot more time within these walls soaking up my investment.
Oh.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, well, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish
It's okay. I've come to terms with it, and money comes and goes, and
can't take it with you.
I don't fully believe that yet, but I am telling myself, I'm like, we'll make more money. Let's go. Let's go. So yeah, that's my loss. What about you?
Well, my win is on Monday. Those are my days off, and I did like a full reset. Like I purged my closet, got a whole I tried on all of my pants, all of my jeans. Humbling.
And I've seen your closet.
Borderline a loss.
A lot of clothes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Borderline loss trying on all of my pants. Humbling. But did that. Got rid of like a whole bunch of sweatshirts, sweaters, just shit.
That's the best feeling. Like it's like freedom.
So that was nice. Cleaned my whole room. But the purging of it all was really nice. So I'd say that's my win.
I'm proud of you for that. Wow, I didn't know you did that.
Yeah. It was like a
bit
of...
Did you sell some of it?
No, I'm going to. So I guess that's my loss because I know that I have to confront Plato's Closet. Yeah. And they're going to be like, here's 75 cents for an entire laundry basket. Yeah. And at that point, I'm just going to be like, sure. Mm-hmm. I can buy 3 gumballs. Well, I don't know, inflation. I'm sure they're probably 75 cents for one.
They pay you in gumballs now at Plato's. They're like, thank you for your 17 pairs of pants. Here, you can either take a bouncy ball or 3 gumballs.
It's like
an arcade.
Your clothes are your tickets. Stuffed animal all along.
Yeah. What do you want?
I would be like, my clothes
Tweety
Bird? Fuckers.
Jawbreaker.
The sad thing is like, that wouldn't be shocking if that happened.
That place scares the living shit out of me.
There's my loss. Plato's Closet.
Also, what is it? That's your loss.
All right, Todd. I didn't get on the mic.
What is it about Plato's Closet that it's the most unfashionable unfashionable people you've ever seen in your life judging your clothes and giving them back to you? I'm like,
and the reason
you should take them.
The reason they give them back is because they're not in style and out of season. I'm like, you are wearing LuLaRoe leggings. What do you get to tell me?
You're out of style and out of season.
Like, you should have a fashion degree from FITM to fucking work there.
If there was an opposite of a sponsor, it's Plato's Closet for this podcast. We are de-influencing.
Bro.
Find another way.
Someone figure something out because I also hate, what's it called? The one that you have to like sell your own shit online and box your own shit up and ship your... Yeah, fuck that. Yeah. Too many steps for me. No.
I just do a close friend's Instagram story and it works every time.
Yeah, that's also a lot of work.
Okay.
So it's like...
No solutions.
I'm lazy and I complain. I realize that. Mm-hmm. So it's just, I have to face my demons and go to Plato's Closet.
Self-aware though. Lazy, complain.
We're sandwiching a win with a loss with a win. Self-aware.
Great.
All right, anyway. Fuck Plato's Closet. Shall we move on?
Oh my God, okay. Our recap segment, we basically just recap the last 3 stories from the last episode and
if there's any.
Yep, and give any notable updates if the story progresses, which in this case, the story has progressed. We're confused.
Yeah, very.
So, basically, I mean, drama doesn't even begin to cover what happened on the Spain national women's soccer team.
Post World Cup win.
Before the World Cup, after the World Cup. The drama spans very far.
Yeah.
So basically, What happened? There's a lot. Like, we're not going to recap all of it because there is so much. So go back and listen to that episode if you didn't listen to it. The only correction we do have to make is that it was the president who kissed this woman on the mouth, not the coach.
Which
is worse.
Thank you. I was
It's worse.
Which is worse? That?
It's worse.
Yes.
So basically, the only update that we have that just happened, that we just saw right before we started filming, was that there's a video now that has leaked of the woman that was kissed, Hermoso, on the plane, assumedly post-game, seeing the video of said kiss and laughing.
The whole team was laughing. Then everyone was chanting about it. Like, it didn't look like she saw the video and was like, yeah, what the fuck? It was like, haha, funny.
Very
and they
confusing.
were all like...
And if you've stayed up to date with this story, which I do encourage you to do because there's so many layers, it's wildly confusing on multiple levels. I think number one being, it is now like a political thing. Like, there are people like really backing this woman and standing up against, and I mean, he did get relieved.
So he refused to resign after people called for it.
Right. And then FIFA stepped in.
FIFA steps in and was like, no, you're done.
Which that should be regardless if there was laughter, regardless of if this video surfaced. To me, it doesn't take away what the punishment should be.
Well, and it's because of, okay, so if she's going to react like that, maybe that right there wasn't as like, holy fuck, as like everyone thought. But like, it's that he didn't respect her. Nobody respects him going into this. It's the way that he refused to resign. It's like the way that he carried himself after.
Right.
That like.
So to me, null and void, he should be gone.
Yes.
FIFA did the right thing.
Yeah.
But what's confusing is now, like, kind of what we were talking about in the last episode in general, is like the people's court of it all. Like, in the court of public opinion, this man should be burnt at the stake.
Well, she even made a comment and was like, I did not consent. I don't agree with this.
And everyone is up in arms and like backing this woman. And then this statement or this video is, and she did make a statement, and then this video comes out. Yeah. So it is really confusing. And honestly, I don't have a stance on it because I haven't processed it and I haven't really looked into it. I'd like to see more, than just a TikTok of them on a plane laughing, them chanting with subtitles, because I don't know I would like to fact check it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But it is crazy and it's jarring and it's weird. I can tell you right now that my reaction of a organization leader, my boss, my coach, anything, grabbing my head and kissing me forcefully would not generate a comedic reaction out of me.
No.
Even like, because my first thought was like uneasy laughter where you're like, haha, like, because we've all, as women, we've all been there where a guy's made you feel uncomfortable, especially a man in power. And
in front of a group of people and you have to laugh it off.
100%. That I could understand. This is not that. And if you see the video, it's very clear that's not that. So very weird. Her case got lessened immediately by that footage. And it's bizarre.
Yeah, more to come because like she said, we saw it literally right before we started filming. So it just is like, we had this whole thing prepared, like, fuck him, he's gone, good for her, blah, blah, blah. But now we're like...
And now in the video, the entire team is also laughing. So you're like...
And chanting.
Where's one person being like, that's not funny?
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Very
bizarre.
So.
All right. Well, that's the recap. And now it's time.
Let's get into... Well, I'm not even going to say it's our top 3 stories because there's just so much happening about the NFL. So we're just going to talk football.
Yeah.
For the next... 40 minutes. No, I don't know. But, and Norris is going to weigh in.
Yeah. Norris is big into the NFL. Very excited for this episode. So before our 3 stories, we do have a new sponsor. And if you're watching on video, you can see it right here. Homebread. Mm-hmm. Homebread's a lifestyle brand. They make clothing. They have events. Overall, it's just like a cultural lifestyle brand and it's ever expanding. We've been fans and got the opportunity to partner with them for the Kansas City home opener. They are having a string of events.
Tickets in our bio for Friday night. That's the 9th, pregame 3 at the Fontaine. Saturday is overtime at Society. No tickets necessary. Come on.
show up. We will be there. We'll be at both. We'd love to see you and hang out and celebrate football. Even if you're not a Chiefs fan.
Everything.
Yeah.
So.
And then name 3 players gets you 15% off all of Homebred's merch that they have now and in the future. So if you like good basics, elevated basics, streetwear, check it out. We love it.
Perfect. All right. Well, like I said, I would normally say let's dive into our top 3 stories, but there's like 9 here.
Yeah,
so
we're doing it a little differently.
Yeah, we're just having a special NFL episode because so much has happened. So much has happened in the last like week.
It's about that time.
It is about that time. So just to lead us in, last weekend marked the end of the preseason games. Aaron Rodgers did make his debut for the Jets.
And he did look good.
He still has it.
He didn't look good, literally.
Physically.
But his plays looked good.
He looked great. Yeah. And he kind of got a little scrappy, which I loved. Did you see that clip?
I did, yeah.
Him and a Giants player like kept rushing him and like he like made a late hit or whatever on Aaron. And he was like, what the fuck? Like, that was so uncalled for. The guy got mouthy with him and Aaron was like, bro, I don't even know who you are. And that guy back was like, I don't even know who you are. And Aaron was like, bullshit.
You don't know who Aaron Rodgers is?
That's like,
you play in the NFL and you don't know who Aaron Rodgers is?
Yeah, it's stupid.
That guy, that's going to haunt him every night before he goes to sleep for the rest of his life.
55 on the Giants.
I looked at Aaron Rodgers in the face and said, I don't know who you are.
And then he said, bullshit.
Yeah.
55.
Also, my favorite insult.
I don't even know who you are.
I don't even know who you are.
Like, I wouldn't know what the fuck to... If someone said that to me, I would be like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But the guy kept pestering him the whole game. Yeah. Like, it's Aaron Rodgers. Shut the fuck up. 55 on the Giants. I don't know. I'm sorry to that man, but I don't know who he is.
I'm sorry to that man. I do not know who that is.
No. So, go Aaron Rodgers. The Jets look pretty good. I'm not going to lie. And I sent you and Chloe this TikTok today. The video of them, like they had a DJ at their last practice or whatever, and like all the players, like different clips.
What a vibe.
I was like, are they, aside from the Chiefs, becoming my new favorite team?
Yeah.
Like,
they do, and I feel like Hard Knocks makes you fun. Like, it just like makes you like likable.
Yeah.
That's
Sauce Gardner.
We were also just so confused why no one wanted to do Hard Knocks. Like, you do get it because like the precedent of like you being the worst team, but it's like, but it makes people like you, which boosts morale. So, guys, I know you're listening. Do Hard Knocks. It's a good rebrand.
So anyways, to like wrap up the final preseason games, at the close of preseason comes like the dreaded cut day of the NFL, which we're definitely going to break that down here in a second. But 53-man rosters are finalized. A lot of moves were made. But we'll tell you what the cut day means here in just a second.
Yep.
Okay, so like I said, lots of moves have been made. The biggest move I would say that, well, no, because it's literally a big move is happening every single day. But something that's like made huge news is Trey Lance, who was like the 3rd overall draft pick in the 2021 draft for the 49ers. He played last season, got hurt. He was like QB1 after Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt. Played 2 games, got hurt in the second game. He was traded to the Cowboys this season. And people are calling like the 49er or him being traded like the 49ers biggest flop. Like they just up and traded him.
And the 49ers have made statements just kind of saying like, no, like we did this on purpose and like, we're sorry. We wish it would have gone differently. I'm excited. Like I personally, when I read it, I'm like, yeah, go study, like have Dak as your mentor and be the best that you can be. Yeah. The pressure's off. Dak Prescott has all the pressure. So just go learn from him, become the best QB you can be, and hopefully one day take his place. Once, the Dak era is over, then it can be his era. I don't see a negative really. Like I get like why people feel that way, but if you're him, like
here's the weird thing is, and why they're calling it like, why would you draft him in the first place, is because he's like primarily a running quarterback. Like he runs the ball. He's great at rushing. And like they saw that in like week 1 and 2, 49ers historically are a passing offense.
Yeah, and they didn't make plays for him.
They did not make any running plays for him in any preseason game. So it's kind of like, then why the fuck did you draft me if like that's my game? So that's like the weird thing. But he seems happy to be in Dallas. He was like, this is like a breath of fresh air. I'm excited to learn from Dak. So like probably all for the best.
Like I said, the pressure's off. Like Dak's taking most of the pressure, so you can just have a good mentor and become the best that you can be. And I think that that's a win.
But I thought it was interesting that Jimmy Garoppolo had commented and was like, yeah, I don't know. I've seen a lot of weird shit happen at the 49ers, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Called out.
Which that's like, I would say the most unanimous like commentary about it all is everyone's like, yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck to this man. Good luck to Trey Lance.
We do know who that is.
This man. Yeah, we know who Trey Lance is. And Dak Prescott. Good luck to them both.
Yeah.
But not like too much.
Other roster moves made, which we talked about this a little bit last week. The Colts running back Jonathan Taylor had requested the trade, and they, after a week, like so many teams reached out. The Dolphins were like, really like, all right, they made an offer, and the Colts were like, nah.
Yeah. So if you're new on the Jonathan Taylor drama, he was like, hey, Colts, can I get a trade? And they said, no, yes, no.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Why would you go through all of that?
It reminds me like of like the Colts are the bad boyfriend and Jonathan Taylor is like the girlfriend that's like, hey, I'm going to go. If you're not going to treat me right, I'm going to go.
If you're not going to pay me, I'm leaving.
Yes. And the girlfriend's like, if you're not going to pay me, I'm leaving.
Me.
But you're like, no, I'm going to go. This is bad. And I'm like, no, babe, stay. It's fine. And then you're like, hey, I've got X, Y, and Z interested in me. I'm going to go. And they're like, okay, but I have to get something better in return. And you're like, but why wouldn't you just treat me better?
Yep. That's exactly it. So they're not going to pay him. They've now placed him on the physically unable to perform list, which go back a couple episodes, we broke that down.
Yeah.
So he now has to miss the first 4 games. And then since they didn't...
What do you think about that? Like,
I think that's fucked.
What do you mean? Why do you think he actually is hurt?
No.
Yeah. No, I don't either.
No.
Okay.
So that's stupid that they're like, yeah.
Same level there.
They place him on the PUP list. It's dumb. And now next year, he's probably likely going to get the franchise tag. Or if they can find a deal that satisfies them, then they'll trade him. But
bad day to be Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, and then I
was like waiting for news. Like every time ESPN would update, I'd be like, something's happening with him. No, the Colts said. Bet.
And I don't know which coach it was, if it was the head coach, I don't know. He came out in a presser that was like, this Taylor situation is just like bad all around for us, the Colts, for him. I'm like, bro.
Then do something.
You did that.
It's literally
you could have got a lot of money.
It's like, this is bad. This is bad.
But only for me.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
It's the toxic boyfriend being like, yeah, our relationship is shit.
They're the ones posting on Instagram that's like, through the highs and lows. Jonathan Taylor, the Colts, highs and lows, boyfriend and girlfriend.
That's sad.
So that sucks for him. But on to a also frustrating topic.
Yeah. Just shitty on shitty.
Chris Jones is still holding out. So whenever everyone had to finalize their 53-man roster on Tuesday, Chiefs placed him on the reserve and did not report list. So we don't know if he's coming back for the first game. We don't know when he'll get to play. But Brett Veach did come out on Wednesday and say that things are moving and that there still is a chance that he could play at the home opener against the Lions, which like we fucking need.
We need it.
The Lions are coming out hot.
Their defense looks incredible. I'm not going to be the over optimistic fan and be like, walk, buddy. Like, no, you're annoying, but please stay.
The thing is like he's here regardless. So like he's doing this, he's here regardless. And that like now you've spent the whole offseason not with your team.
If you are Patrick Mahomes, are you not pissed as fuck? Like, I just don't get it. Like, okay, you're annoying. Like, come on. Like, at some point you have to be like, okay, I'll give it, like, something's gotta give.
Yeah, no, I agree. But
I'm just over it. I'm like, I get fighting for your value, as we said in the last episode. I do. I get it until I don't. And now I don't get it. You're annoying. Do your job.
And that's that on that. The Chiefs are like, it's not like they're just
really
sitting.
Not even trying to be funny. It's actually how I feel. I'm just like, shut up and do your fucking job. And stop stressing out my quarterback.
I don't think he's stressed though. That's the thing.
I disagree completely. I guarantee right now, if you are in any team in the next 5 games, you are looking at, wow, if they don't have Chris Jones, we're coming out fucking hot.
Yeah, but that's with any team though, because any team
team isn't losing defensive player of the year.
Well, okay. Yeah, you make a good argument. However, what I was going to say is the Chiefs aren't just like sitting ducks waiting for him and being like, please, Chris, please sign. Like, we signed a defensive tackle yesterday on Tuesday. So like, they're making moves in case he's like, bro, I'm out till week 8.
When that happened, talk about ESPN updates. When that happened, I was the eye emoji. It was.
So we signed a defensive tackle because Chris Jones, because we don't know when he's coming back, and our other pass rusher who is new to the team, we just picked him up in the offseason, has a domestic charge on him and is out the first 6 games.
Classic.
So honestly, I'm more mad about that.
The domestic violence?
Yes.
Of course.
Because he can control that. Chris can control this to an extent, but it's a lot of negotiation happening. That guy made that decision and was selfish for his team. So like a little bit of devil's advocate
There's
here.
a lot of selfishness happening. Obviously, the selfishness that goes alongside domestic violence is the worst. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's obvious. Like, I do feel that way.
Yeah.
What I'm saying about Chris Jones, and this is the last I will speak on this man, I get the money of it all. I do understand that.
Yes,
and he
100%.
is worth a lot of money because he is very good at his job. He is, in my opinion, the best at his job.
Yes.
But there's a lot of people on your team that are the best at their job.
Who are reporting.
I believe your coach is the best at his job. So maybe you just shut the fuck up and you report and you play the game and you let the semantics get figured out any other time other than the week prior to your season opener is what I believe.
I wholeheartedly agree with you because like
Chris,
I said,
if you're listening, please come home. Your kids, AKA.
Not to quote Jack Harlow, come home. The kids miss you. The kids being Chiefs.
Every fucking time I get an ESPN notification, I'm like
you said last week, in Andy Reid we trust and in Brett Veach we trust. Yeah. We're on the same page.
Yeah, we are. I think I'm just a little bit more mad about it.
Okay, well, on to some more lighthearted news at the NFL.
What do you mean? Easy breezy.
I'm breezy. Monica from Friends. I'm breezy. Okay, anyway. This is fucking funny to me. Okay. I'm sorry. I know a man's livelihood got cut, but his dad had to do it. The Jags head coach, they cut his own son.
Yeah, I love that energy. Cut your son.
Cutthroat.
No, I hope when you read that, you were like, Vic's gonna love that. Because I do. There's something about that winning attitude. I love it. Family what?
Oh my God. So.
Good is good.
Well, not only was he cut, before he was cut, he was placed 5th on the team's depth chart for tight ends. So it's like, oh my God. And his dad probably was like,
oh my God.
I know this is coming. And somebody asked his dad, they were like, did you have the conversation with him? Did you want to? And he was like, business is business. Essentially. That's not what he said word for word, but he was like,
imagine your dad saying business is business when telling you don't have a job anymore. You're fine.
I can't imagine. My dad telling me I traveled in high school was worse, bad enough. Like when I played 1 second in the basketball game and he called to travel on me, that was bad enough. My dad firing me?
I think I could fire my kid.
That tracks.
Yeah, both of that tracks.
Yeah. You're like, I cry. I think I could fire my kid. If they were bad at their job, I'd be like, get better. I don't know.
I mean, that's essentially what he said.
Yeah.
And he was like,
constructive criticism has grown me into the person I am. So
the more I talk about this, the more I'm like, holy fuck, just driving it home. So he was placed 5th on the depth chart. Then he was cut. And his dad in his interview was like, he's been through this before with other teams.
Oh, Daddy, you didn't have to go there. That's crazy.
Oh, Daddy.
That's sad. Okay, that is sad. Why didn't you just be like, it is
That's
what
I'm saying.
is.
He's pouring salt on a wound. That's crazy. He's already cut.
He's gonna go to therapy. That dynamic.
I think being a coach's son would be so hard.
Yeah, try to do any other team other than that. That's crazy.
Well, good thing he gets to do any other team than that. All right. Okay. More funny news. Not really. It's just the Bengals, so we think it's funny.
In not funny news, Joe Burrow's injury. No. Okay. Well, how do we phrase this? Joe Burrow is still injured, and that is unfortunate for them.
Yeah, but he like will go out and like warm up at preseason games, so it's like his way of just being like, "Don't worry, guys, I'm still here."
Yeah.
But he's not.
Do you believe in the rumors that TikTok has ran with, Twitter has ran with?
That he's engaged?
No.
You said TikTok. I've seen what we're going to talk about on Twitter. What I've only seen on TikTok was that girls are starting the shower and crying in it that he might be engaged.
I don't give a fuck that he's engaged. I think it's interesting.
Think he is.
You're like, but he's not. I looked into it.
I don't think he looks like
that
Macaulay
he's holding
Culkin.
out for contract negotiations.
No, I don't think that's why.
You don't believe that rumor?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm not saying I believe it, but would be interesting.
so he suffered a calf injury but the thing is he suffered the calf injury on the second day of training camp, and like it looked pretty bad.
Did it?
He was carted off. I don't know.
Okay, that's the thing. The only thing that I am like feeding into the conspiracy a little bit is a calf injury, unless you tore something, like that should be rehabbed by now.
Maybe he did tear something.
But they would have came out with that information. So it's just weird. Like, I just feel like
They are being very tight-lipped.
Yes. And I think, like you said, him warming up, things like that, out and about. If you are Joe Burrow, it just something is like a little, and it may not be fishy, but something, I get why their conspiracy theories are not about who he's marrying, but about his calf. I get why.
That was just for the girlies.
Yeah, no, it's for the girls. I actually hadn't heard that, but he has like a longtime girlfriend.
That's exactly.
Oh, that makes sense. Longtime girlfriend, engaged.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, leading into this story was the head coach.
I'm like, what are you talking about? He has a longtime girlfriend.
That means, yeah.
All of that to say, Zach Taylor came out in his presser today and said that it's not regarding contract negotiations, which
That sounds like someone.
now you've planted a seed in my brain and I don't know what I believe.
You know what I would say if I was Zach Taylor and there was contract negotiations stopping my quarterback from practicing? I would say, this isn't about contract negotiations. This is about a calf injury.
I'm saying you planted a seed in my brain and now I'm tainted by the running back debate, the Chris Jones of it all, and it probably is about contract
Your
negotiations.
TikTok is going to hear me and you're going to be scrolling through tonight and it's going to be like,
You hear that?
Joe Burrow holding out.
Joe Burrow, not engaged.
Joe Burrow, single and in contract negotiation with the Cincinnati Bengals. We can only hope. Anyway.
Okay, so that's it on our hatred for Joe Burrow. Not really, actually. I don't hate him.
great guy.
I hate the Bengals.
Yeah.
But I did see a TikTok. Because what else did I watch? I watched TikTok.
Yeah. You read an article.
But this was like a girlfriend of a player on the Bengals, and like the cutoff for the cut deadline on Tuesday was 4 p.m. and they were like sitting in the car and she was filming it and it was 3:58. She was like, no call yet. Like we just have to make it in 120 more seconds, 80, crazy.
And you could have said that and been like, yeah, that's good math.
We've done that before. It's not
Yep.
good. But he just was like sitting there. He's like, dude, stop filming me, but like being nice about it. But she was like, oh my God, it's 3:59. It's 3:59. And they were just like, she was like, you did it. You had such a good training camp, blah, blah, blah. And he just is like driving and like just focused. And then she was like, it's 4 o'clock. And he just like, you could like, he didn't say anything, but you could just see the like sense of relief come over his face. And he just was like, it's 4 o'clock. Like, it just was so cute.
That is cute.
I'll find it and send it to you. Good things coming out of the Bengals, I guess. That relationship and couple was cute, but.
Yeah, and I will say, I'll admit when I'm wrong. And I had made a comment where when we were talking about Hard Knocks and people were like, cut day shouldn't be filmed. That's like the hardest day ever and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, shut up, it's part of football. I'll admit when I'm wrong because that is you getting fired from your job. And that's very sad. And now that I've like kind of taken the step back and like saw it, I'm like, yeah, that maybe shouldn't be on reality TV, which that's what Hard Knocks is. It's really reality TV. So I kind of understand where they're coming from. I still think it's like the way they said it was kind of pussy, but like, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it shouldn't be televised.
Yeah, it is a rough day for everyone. Like Patrick Mahomes was like, I try not to keep up with it because like it's these guys' lives and like their whole thing turns upside down.
Yeah, and their wives and their kids. It's just like their entire lives are changing.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
So, well, we're gonna end this little NFL episode, segment, on 2 positive notes because these are 2 people that made the team.
Woo!
So,
oh my gosh, tattoo man.
Lou Headley, the Saints' new 30-year-old rookie punter.
From Australia.
From down under.
That was good.
Anyway, the Saints have signed a 30-year-old rookie. And you're going to be like, how'd that happen? And it's because he started late. And
the hard-hitting facts. And you're going to be like, how'd that happen? Well, it happened, so.
That was an epic build-up.
That was great.
Damn, that's good.
Holy shit. Well, because...
I was on the edge of my seat.
I was like, I don't know how it happened. How did it happen? Well, you had a late start in his career.
Don't we all? You know.
You're going to wonder how I was
record scratch. You're probably wondering how I ended up here. And it's good. I started late. Because he was a busy man before he went to City College in San Fran and the University of Miami. He is a native of Australia, as we mentioned. He worked as a scaffolder, which is a tradie by Love Island terms, and owned a tattoo shop in Indonesia. And then he was
That's a wild resume. And he's just
and then he's like,
I'm kicking footballs in my spare.
I'm going to come to America in my spare
time.
I'm going to come to America and punt footballs.
At 30.
At 30. And you know why?
Because he got a late start. No, it's great. If you look him up, he looks like he should be in a biker gang. And that, I mean, I have tattoos. I'm not talking against tattoos, but he does. He looks like he should be cast on Sons of Anarchy. Maybe he'll do that next. He could.
No. But anyway, so go Lou.
Lou, the punter from Australia who did scaffolding and tattooing.
Who's 30 and a rookie.
It's a lot of stats.
So many.
You know that dating show that was on MTV that was like Next? And it had like all their fun facts? He'd have like 10.
Oh my God.
Like, did scaffolding.
His Hinge profile is probably crazy.
Oh my God, the prompts.
He's probably on Raya, but I mean, us lay people are on Hinge.
Right.
Anyways, last piece of good news, and this is about a hometown kid.
Oh, we love a hometown kid.
So if you are from Kansas City, specifically Lee Summit, Mario Goodrich played football at Lee Summit West. He grew up in Kansas City. He played football at Clemson. He was signed as an undrafted free agent in 2022 to the Eagles, and he made the cut. He's on the 53-man roster.
I love to
so
see it.
A hometown kid made it to the NFL.
We love a hometown boy.
Officially. Anyway, so lots of good news happening in the NFL, lots of bad news happening on cut day.
Yeah.
But overall, the theme is football is back. Football didn't get a late start.
No, it's right on time. And it's it's all good news. Even the bad news is good news because it's just bad.
That just means it's happening.
And we're so just enveloped in it, and it's filling my little brain, and it's just such a good place up there when the football's here. So excited. So our next segment, our walk outfit of the week, is brought to you by none other than Waterboy. Replenish after a long weekend with a stick of Waterboy. Formulated with electrolytes and vitamins, this hydrating drink mix helps reduce nausea and fatigue and helps you chill out after a weekend out. Each stick of Waterboy is vegan, has 0 sugar, includes 3 times electrolytes and vitamins and its competitors. The original Weekend Recovery is available in strawberry lemonade, blue raspberry, and fruit punch flavors with the newest Athletic Recovery and lemon lime. So whether it's from working out or going out, reach for Waterboy. We did have our code change. So it used to be name 3 players. It is not that anymore. It is for the girls, all caps, no spaces, and you get 15% off your order. And that includes the sticks that we always talk about. We love those for hangovers. I mean, who are we kidding? Their merch is also incredible. We've talked about that, posted that, love it. Very high quality and cute. And then they also now have water boy cans. So you can just throw them in your fridge, take them on the go. Very convenient. And you can use For the Girls for 15% off all of that all the time.
Stunning.
So because we're just changing it up this week and we're not doing our regular scheduled programming, we actually don't have Fits of the Week. We have the best fashion news.
Breaking news.
Hit the NFL. I actually audibly screamed. So KITH, Ronnie Faig is blessing us with a KITH NFL collaboration.
And if you're not familiar with KITH, it's like an incredible
out from
clothing
under a rock.
brand. I didn't know it till I was friends with you.
Okay.
So people may not know.
Late start. But I think they collaborate with a lot of well-known brands, organizations. This NFL one was a long time coming. I'm so excited. It just got announced. I don't even think KITH's announced it. I just follow the owner on Instagram. But so pumped. Cannot wait.
He posted it with a emoji that was like, is this happening?
Yes, I'm so excited. So be on the lookout for that. Set your alarms for that drop because it's going to go freaking crazy. But I'm curious to see if it's going to be tailored toward each NFL team or if it's just NFL merch. Regardless, I'm buying all of it. Yeah. But I don't know if it's going to be is there going to be individual teams?
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. I hope so because
we need a complete rebrand and overhaul of all NFL mandated merchandise for every team. It is so basic. No.
Call back to our first ever episode where we said that we know Erin Andrews has a podcast. Erin Andrews also has a merch line for NFL franchise teams. It is not our style.
No.
We need, maybe this is our calling. Maybe that's what we do after.
KITH is like, fuck me, they'll do it.
No, I'm very excited for KITH, but that's just a drop. But until you have our merch come December, this is what you can be waiting for.
Yes. Which also, Abercrombie did a collab with the NFL, but they designed sweatshirts and it's vintage looking sweatshirts and t-shirts, but it's standard designs. They just took the same design and made it for every single team. They're actually pretty cute. But it's finally, I'm glad that we're getting
they're opening up to other brands.
Yeah, because
a wild one. That's kind of crazy to me.
I didn't think I was excited about it.
But it's every NFL team has at their local Abercrombie has that's interesting.
Or online.
Too.
Yeah.
American Eagle?
College sports too.
Yeah,
I'm
just
just vintage silhouettes and old vintage redones. You can buy the rights to those, but it's interesting that it's I guess it'd be the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
We're getting better.
Yeah.
Because I'm not wearing the shit that's sold on the NFL shop.
But yeah, so we skipped the walk outfits of the week because that felt more important to talk about, honestly. We're super pumped.
Yeah. All right. Shall we break her on down?
Let's break it down.
All right. Our breakdown segment is where we do that. We break it down for the girls. If it's a play, if it's just a game, something happening in sports, some drama, we're going to break it down.
A rule that you may not understand.
Yeah.
We'll break it down for you.
We got you.
Yeah.
So this week we're breaking down NFL cut day that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. What is it? Why does it happen? Why is it so sad?
So basically, and the NFL cut period is nothing other than treacherous. If you're in that where you're wondering if you're going to make the roster or not, can't be an easy 48 hours for you to go through. Mm-hmm. So it's basically where players are finding out if they've made the roster, if they are waived completely, aka they don't have a team, if they're waived to the practice squad, if they're being traded. It just is mass chaos in the NFL for 48 hours.
Yeah.
However, with the preseason games ending on Sunday, teams started making their moves right then. So it's it was happening all weekend long, but it just can't be fun. Cannot be fun.
Cannot be fun.
So rosters had to be finalized by Tuesday at 4:00 Eastern.
It's essentially getting laid off, and your layoffs are coming every single year, and it's layoff day.
Yeah, not great. But if you're familiar with Allison Cooch on TikTok, her husband...
A lot of the girlies probably are.
Yeah, she's an NFL wife. She's pregnant right now, which is so cute. And her husband has been on several different teams
He
in the
got
NFL.
cut. I saw his name on the cut list. I didn't even think about that's her husband.
Yeah. And he is
Oh
like,
my God, and she's pregnant.
he's
Fuck.
a gem of a
That's
man.
crazy.
And he, like, his shtick is like, I'm Allison Cooch's husband, not like I'm blah, blah, blah.
Love that.
But so she made a TikTok earlier this week that Chloe sent to us that is like basically like, okay, here's what cut day is. Here's why it's so anxiety ridden, like blah, blah, blah. And she talked a lot about her experience that was like, we have a house, but like, we don't know. She's like, I'm living with my husband for the whole season, whether that be where we bought our house, wherever that may be. I'm going into labor in December. Like, they're going to raise their baby wherever he lands. But she was like, we just don't know where that will be. So last season he was with the Raiders, and then he tweeted, that's where I saw it, but Vic saw it on the cut list too, that he was released. So poor girl. We don't know where they're going to end up. But I really like following her because she like gives like, not like the glamorous side of being an NFL wife.
Like
it's
the
like
actual
the very real side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, it's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what cut day is. Everyone has their deadline. Moves can happen after that. Like after your roster is set, like you
Don't
can
you
still.
have until October 21st?
31st.
31st. October 31st.
Yeah. So like you just have to turn in your roster to the NFL. Like here's
Right.
where we're starting, blah, blah, blah. So like sometimes teams can even like waive a player because they have too many with the intentions of bringing him back.
Right.
But they need to waive him to cut down their roster, and then they can make other moves and buy more time to do that. So there's loopholes.
Cut day for a 53-man roster does not include your practice squad.
Right. So going into training camp and into preseason games, NFL teams can have up to 90 players on their roster. So during those preseason games and training camp is when the teams are trying to get down to the 53-man. As Vic mentioned, the 53-man roster does not take into account the practice squad. So like I mentioned, players can be waived altogether, released to another team, traded.
It also
or they
doesn't just mean, sorry to cut you off, just tidbit, but it also doesn't mean that these are the best of the 90. It means that's what fits. So like there's more that goes into it than just, are you the best at your job? So like this, that's also why it's so anxiety inducing, is because you don't know.
Well, and like a perfect example, there was a wide receiver in the preseason game that literally went off. He had a great preseason.
Probably the number one standout in the preseason.
He was
for
the
us.
guy. Like he was downfield. They were throwing the ball to him. He was amazing.
Yeah.
But there are 7 other receivers ahead of him that fit better into the offense. So then he was then traded to the Carolina Panthers.
Right. So it doesn't matter if it was the best performance. It's just what made sense. We had, a backup quarterback that also left as well. That was confusing for people. Cut day doesn't mean you're just bad at your job and you're getting, cut. It just means that like you don't fit in the 53. So you are cut.
But the good thing about the preseason games and like everything is not only are you trying to prove yourself to your coaches and your team, but like obviously the Panthers saw something in him and his performance. So it's like
and
he doesn't fit in ours.
Preseason does matter. And we like, joked about that. Like preseason doesn't matter. Preseason does matter because it's these guys' careers as well.
But yeah, so cut day is cutthroat.
Cut day is cutthroat.
And it's over for now.
Yeah.
I mean,
there will be little moves that are made, but cut day is like, it's like the opposite of draft day. Like you're just like, whoa, 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 whoa. So I think if you care about football, it's a day that you're kind of glued to your phone. So, good job.
And that's that on that.
And that is that on that. It's time. The walk-up song of the week.
Which is just another way for us to put shit we love into sports.
Right. Same thing with the fashion. Now we're just talking about music.
All right. Well, my walk-up song of the week, don't sound so excited, is Living Single by Big Sean featuring Chance the Rapper and Jeremih.
Are you living single?
Very. Very. But it's an oldie, but a goodie. And it's just like a chill little vibe.
That's a good one. It really is.
I'm jealous you chose this song.
This one has been heavy rotation for me. It's Cash Shit by Megan Thee Stallion and DaBaby. Not a new song, but just one that I actually think you put it on some sort of playlist, like a gym playlist, and it comes on and you cannot help but like just shake your ass. It's incredible. So that's mine.
It's a good one.
Also, with this episode comes a special playlist titled the same thing as this episode about that time. And it is just a football playlist that will be live with this episode. So you can be tuned right along with us.
Yeah. Well, I think that about does it for our special NFL episode where we celebrate the new sponsorship with Homebred.
Yes. And if you're in Kansas City, I mean, we'll talk about it next week too.
Yeah.
But we will see you out there. It's going to be so fun. So buy your tickets.
Buy your tickets, link in our bio. But yeah. Well, thanks again for watching. This was Name 3 Players. We release new episodes every Friday to cover the hard-hitting facts. We're either on video or audio only, but we're here every week.
Every week.
You can find us on Spotify, iHeart, Amazon, or YouTube. You can stay up to date on all of our sponsorships, events, just events happening around the sports world in general on our Instagram and TikTok at Name 3 Players. And like Vic mentioned, you can listen to her new playlist that she's created for the girls and our walk-up songs of the week on Spotify, also at Name 3 Players. So you can listen to our episode on Spotify.
Yeah.
And you can listen
all
to
the
our
discount
playlist.
codes you can find on our Instagram and our links. And that's it. Check out Homebred. As always, drink your water, boys. Stay hydrated.
Have a great weekend for the girls. Bye.
Bye.
I love doing that.